Hey, welcome to Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0. It's your host, Grady Hooker. We'll start off like we always do with this day in history. So there were a few events. In 1993, WWF had a Raw where the 1-2-3 Kid took on Ted DiBiase, but the IRS stepped in and stopped him from beating his employer. In 1999, there was a WCW Nitro where the main event was a WCW Championship match between Hulk Hogan and Sid, but they ended up fighting to a no contest. In 2001, there was a WWF SmackDown, and it had the first ever Lights Out match. Booker T took on The Rock, and again the match went to a no contest after Booker T nailed a bookend and sent The Rock through the table, and Shane McMahon and Booker T skipped off happily ever after. In 2004, there was a WWE Raw Intercontinental Championship match with Edge defending his title against Kane. After Matt Hardy interfered, Edge managed to defeat Kane with a spear. 2009, there was a TNA pay-per-view, TNA Hard Justice. The main event Mafia were running rife at this point. Samoa Joe defeated Suicide to get the X Division title. Steiner and Booker T defeated Team 3D to retain the tag titles. Kevin Nash defeated Mick Foley to gain the TNA Legends title, and Kurt Angle defeated Matt Morgan and Sting to retain his TNA World title. I think they held all of the main male titles in TNA at that point. And a bit sooner, in 2010, there was a WWE Raw. This is the Nexus. They just lost at SummerSlam, and they agreed to take on the members from Team WWE that they lost to, and if any Nexus members lose, they will be removed from the group. Wade Barrett managed to defeat Chris Jericho, Michael Tarver beat Daniel Bryan, Justin Gabriel beat Orton, Otunga and Ryback, or Skip Sheffield, managed to defeat John Morrison and R-Truth. That's actually the match where Skip Sheffield got injured that led to him leaving, which led to him coming back as Ryback. But Heath Slater somehow defeated Edge, but in the main event, John Cena defeated Darren Young, and he felt the wrath of the Nexus and moved on to, I wouldn't say greener pastures with the primetime players, but hey. And now we'll go to our classic entrance theme of the week. It's the Big Boss Man Serving Hard Time. Okay, so that was the Big Boss Man's entrance theme. I'm now back here live, Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0 with Josh all the way over from America.
Hey.
And Raw actually started off with Stephanie McMahon and her attempted corporate makeover of Daniel Bryan.
Oh, half my dream came true. Daniel Bryan came out in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they let him keep his beard and really show his defiance against the McMahons.
Well, it's only because Barrett was a very bad barber.
I bet he was thinking, "Oh my goodness, I'm in the main event segment, and I don't have to lose."
Yeah.
No, Edge just gets to have his beard shaved off.
Yeah.
Forcefully.
Great new shirt from Bryan.
Clearly a parody of John Cena's.
Yeah. But it's definitely building Bryan up.
I have absolutely loved the build between these two. It has been absolutely remarkable the way that they built it slowly.
Yeah.
And you know something's about to give between these two.
Okay. Well, the first match on the card was Alberto Del Rio taking on Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match. Was a little surprised by the fact that Alberto Del Rio, the world champion, lost to somebody who doesn't even have a chance at his title.
Yeah.
But it was really for one purpose, and that was to build the destruction of Rodriguez and Alberto Del Rio's partnership.
Yeah, he definitely did attack him quite viciously. But yeah, it's great to see the split between them. Hopefully it means something good for Ricardo.
Yeah, that would be good. Most people that have watched FCW and developmentals in past knows that Ricardo Rodriguez has a ton of talent as a wrestler, not and that he already has the gift of getting over.
Yeah.
He just needs to be able to show his talent for wrestling,
Okay,
and
well,
hopefully they will give him that chance.
yeah, the next segment was actually quite funny. Cody Rhodes has the damaged briefcase.
This has been fun. Yeah, he found the mysterious missing case, and it was covered in water and had seaweed all over it, and part of the Money in the Bank was rubbed away.
But the contract was soaked.
Yeah. You know, actually, I've had a random thought the last few days, basically based off of what happened on SmackDown with Damien debuting the Sandoized briefcase.
Yeah, the leather stylized briefcase.
Yeah. What if the contract Cody Rhodes took out of that briefcase is still a valid contract?
Double contract.
So, in theory, Cody Rhodes could end up cashing in on Sandow.
Fair enough.
That would be interesting.
For those who didn't see it over on SmackDown, Sandow has a new briefcase. It's pretty much leather and like a real briefcase. And he tried to cash in at the end of the main event, but Rhodes quickly stopped him.
Yeah, both Money in the Bank winners tried to cash in and got stopped.
Yeah. Jumping back here, you might have been a bit happy. Natalya slaps Brie.
That was fun. Anytime that one of the Bellas gets mistreated by one of the Divas is a plus.
Okay.
Especially when it happens to be Natalya.
Okay, well, up next, it was John Cena giving his sort of rebuttal against the massive promo Daniel Bryan cut earlier in the night.
Yeah, it was another great promo. When you've got somebody who forces Cena to step his game up, Cena delivers like no one else can.
Yeah.
And that's been the case with this feud with Daniel Bryan.
Fair enough. But the Shield interrupted afterwards and caused a 6-man tag match.
Brad Maddox, the Teddy Long School of Tag Team Matchmaking.
Yep. But yeah, straight after that, talking about tag matches, the Wyatt family takes on Tons of Funk. Horrible pairing.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that you really can't put the Wyatts against somebody that you really don't need to have go under them right now. But seriously, there's gotta be a better pairing than Tons of Funk for them.
Maybe.
Tons of Funk really can't allow the Wyatts to really show what they truly can do.
Fair enough. But Brodus Clay did get a sister Abigail.
Yeah, and then Kane cut a pretty good promo introducing the Ring of Fire match, which we found out.
Sing the Johnny Cash song right now.
Yeah, which we have found out is not an Inferno match.
It's not.
No, it's basically all it is it's a standard match with a wall of fire around the ring to prevent interference.
Yeah.
You don't set your opponent on fire to win the match.
Fair enough. That's not too PG. Up next, Caitlyn takes on who she thought was her best friend, Layla.
We got ourselves a little cool Layla back. She's a little flawless.
Yeah.
And I like that they continued on with the with having AJ come down to distract Caitlyn to allow Layla to win, and then they go skipping along around the ring and back out.
Skippity skip.
Which was fun to watch.
Yeah, don't know what's too much happening, but hey, because of what happened over on SmackDown, the Miz TV segment, Miz pretty much set the mixed tag team match with AJ and Big E taking on Ziggler and Caitlyn.
Yeah, well, for once, Miz made himself useful.
But will we see a Layla interruption in that match?
I don't know. It's possible. But I don't really see the point of it with a mixed tag match and the fact that It would be Biggie and Ziggler probably in the match for most of the time. I don't really see a point in Layla getting involved.
Okay. Well, up next was Christian taking on 3MB member Heath Slater.
This was a decent little match. This was in case anybody has forgotten, this was NXT Pro versus NXT Rookie rematch.
Well, you're like thinking back a couple of years.
Yeah, because Slater was Christian's rookie. This was when a long time, but this was nice. It was good to see Christian pick up the win, continue his momentum towards the World Championship.
Okay, well, the next match was CM Punk taking on Curtis Axel.
It was fun while it lasted. I'm just a little tired on the fact that Axel's been Punk's whipping boy, or the distraction to allow Brock to destroy Punk.
He's the Intercontinental Champion, and he's doing nothing but helping the build between Lesnar and Punk.
Yeah, and he has no opponent for SummerSlam.
No.
There isn't even a hint of a rumor for him, which is the weirdest thing ever, because the SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, statistically, and the Intercontinental Champion is not on it.
Makes no sense. But the interview right after that was pretty funny. Josh, say something stupid.
Yeah, that was the best line in the whole thing. Oh my goodness! People should seriously keep the mic away from Brock Lesnar. It's for the best.
Yeah, fair enough. But straight after that, there was a match with Fandango and the returning Kofi Kingston.
And this was a fun little match. I would love to see these guys get 10, 15 minutes. I think they would tear the house down. Fandango is continuing to get better and better, and Kofi is somebody who should be in the main event area, but probably never will.
No. Well, he has been.
Yeah, and it got killed by Randy Orton.
Fair enough. Speaking of Kofi Kingston, it's a good time to jump over to the current entrance theme of the week. It's Kofi Kingston's SOS. Okay, and you're back with Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, Grady, Hooker, and Josh. We'll jump back to Raw where we left off. Triple H and Stephanie are sort of not wanting Vince to take power.
I cracked up laughing at this little segment. I mean, honestly, who would believe Stephanie could be made to cry like that by Vince at her age now?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things you just can't suspend your belief for. Then this is one of those things. But it was fun to see Triple H go ballistic and shoot a little bit on Vince a little bit.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch him go say he's going to stop Vince.
Fair enough. Well, up next was a neat little tag team match. The Real Americans took on the Usos.
The Real Americans have been looking really, really good as a team lately. And Zeb can absolutely get a crowd in a frenzy behind against his clients.
Or provide the helpful blow that leads to them winning.
Yeah. But I'd love to see this be a feud for the tag team titles one day down the road, because I think this would be a fantastic feud.
Okay. Well, the next match, speaking of feuds, is Dolph Ziggler taking on Big E.
I don't know about this match. It's just I'm not a fan of the ending.
The AJ Caitlyn brawl leading to Langston winning.
Yeah. But I understand Ziggler really cannot lose to Big E cleanly, so I guess that works. It just didn't. It felt out of place to me.
Yeah, just built up for the mixed tag match, trying to give you some sort of Big E might just win this.
Yeah. I was actually looking more for a Big E Ziggler big match at SummerSlam, but we got little tiny ones, and then we got the mixed tag match, and I kind of feel it fell a little flat of what it could have been.
Okay. Well, the main event, the Shield, in that six-man tag team match, taking on Daniel Bryan, John Cena, and Randy Orton.
This was fun. The Shield brought it. Daniel Bryan brought it. Orton and Cena tried to bring it. Uh, um, it was just a short match, and it built further into the feud between Cena and Bryan, as well as reminding everybody Orton is there in the shadows.
And he did actually try and cash in.
And you just see them standing there looking at the Shield over Bryan and Cena, and like the case is in his hands, and it's like this could happen any moment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen at SummerSlam, no.
Okay. Well, jumping over to SmackDown. Speaking of Randy Orton, the first match was Randy Orton taking on RVD.
This was fun. RVD showed a little bit with Randy Orton. Showed that he's still got what he had before he left. And it was really important that he showed a good match like this against somebody who is in the main event.
Yeah. Yeah, we already talked about Miz TV and stuff. We got a rematch from Raw. Fandango took on Kofi again.
And only this time with the reverse decision, which means that they have one win apiece. Could they be settling their differences at SummerSlam?
Rubber match. Okay, yeah, as a sort of Barrett trying to get his payback against Bryan, he gets him in a match.
Yeah, this was fun. I especially like the little stuff that they did with the little shaver that Barrett brought down to the ring.
Yeah.
And things like that. This was a fun match. I almost think that something may be coming out of this for Wade. I don't.
Hopefully.
I don't, honestly, I'll say this. I think Wade Barrett would benefit from seeing the light and becoming a hero.
Fair enough. Okay, well, we get a quick 1-on-3 match where Kane took on 3MB.
Basically, this was just to show that Kane has the ability to beat up on three pathetic individuals at the same time as a warning to the Wyatts.
Hey, too pathetic and Drew.
Drew is not doing. He's been on fewer shows than Heath Slater, so that puts him in the pathetic category.
It can change. Never say never. I'm gonna skip off this. Skip. Alberto Del Rio versus Christian in the main event.
I don't get why they gave us this match so close to SummerSlam. It was a really fun match, and I liked that Christian won with the roll-up, but it's just really way too close to the pay-per-view for my liking.
Yeah, it's about 10 days off it. Maybe not even that. 9?
9. And so it doesn't really make much sense. But I did like that they teased the Damian Sandow cash-in.
Fair enough.
Which I think will happen at SummerSlam.
Okay, so that one you think.
And I think we will have a new World Heavyweight Champion.
But will it be Cody Rhodes?
I think it will be Damian Sandow.
Okay. SummerSlam now is sort of taking shape. We got about 6 matches announced for it. Who do you think's going to win the WWE Championship? I'm pretty sure you've picked Bryan on that one before.
Yes, and I have not changed my opinion. I tend to actually believe that he's going to become the beneficiary of a screw job.
Okay. And who initiates it?
Triple H.
Okay. I thought is that to piss off Vince?
I'd say probably so, but it could also be to make Bryan a corporate champion.
Okay. We'll see what happens. Then there's the World Heavyweight Championship match. Alberto Del Rio taking on Christian.
I see Alberto Del Rio retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, only to then lose it to Damien Sandow.
Okay. I see a very similar situation, but Christian winning it for 3 seconds.
Oh, we're going to have Christian break Big Show's record.
Just so we get Christian wanting one more match again. The sort of third main event is the CM Punk Brock Lesnar Beast Best match.
I'm going with a no contest.
Pushing.
I can't pick a winner because neither of these guys need to lose this match.
So you're pushing the feud out further, or are you ending it with a no contest?
I think I'll delay the feud.
Okay.
If I was going to do it, I'd probably have it with the no contest here, and then have the rematch at WrestleMania.
That's like 6 months away.
Yeah. But I really don't know. This match I can't really pick one or the other. So I'm pretty much stuck in the middle.
Okay. Well, then we got the Ring of Fire match, Kane and Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
It has to be.
It cannot help. A loss here cannot help Bray Wyatt. And Kane's fixing to leave to go do
See No Evil
2.
Yeah.
So he'll probably need some time off to do that.
Fair enough. The Cody Rhodes Damien Sandow match.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes wins the match, but ultimately Damien Sandow gets the last laugh when he wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
What about the drenched one? He might have that in front of a heater drying it up.
Who knows? That could be, like I said, that could be a legitimate thing that they may do. But I honestly see Damien Sandow walking out of SummerSlam with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. Well, the final match, the mixed tag team match, Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn taking on Big E AJ.
I guess I'll go with Dolph and I'm really not that interested in this match. It would be more beneficial if it was just singles matches, but I'll go with Dolph to vanquish Big E in this match.
Okay. Well, it's been great talking to you.
Great. See you in 2 weeks week after the pay-per-view.
You never know, sometimes the week after the pay-per-view is a lot more exciting than the pay-per-view itself.
True. Depends on the city, though, that they go to.
Fair enough. And for birthdays this week, we've got WWE legend Tugboat, you may know him as Typhoon, or even the Shockmaster. He turns 56. We got WWE Hall of Fame class of 2013 member Bob Backlund, he's turning 64. Former WWE commentator and authority figure Jonathan Coachman is turning 40. Former ECW WWE wrestler Spike Dudley turns 42. Current WWE superstar Kofi Kingston turns 32. And another current WWE superstar, Wade Barrett, turns 33. And the legend himself, the current TNA authority figure Hulk Hogan, turns 60. And in a New Zealand recap, they just had the NZWPW Road to Power Play. James Shaw managed to defeat Skull Kid. And after an impromptu match, Paul Sayers and Chad Howard actually defeated the Circus of Tragedy to win the NZWPW Tag Team Championships. The woman we had on a little while ago, Amy St. Clair, sadly lost to Misty. And Johnny Idol and Mikey defeated Ben Mana and Taylor Adams after Idol hit his number one contender with the title belt and covered him for the win. Also over in America, Travis Banks was in the main event for 0-1 USA, sadly in a losing effort against John Gresham, but put on a great show for everybody. That's it for Wrestling Roundup for this week. You've been listening to FreeFM 89.0 with your hosts Grady, Hooker, and Josh all the way over from America. Be sure to visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/Wrestling Roundup Radio, or our Twitter page, twitter.com/Wrestling R Radio. I'll see you next week.